We are playing another round of Ultimate Fishing 2. This is it's Ultimate Fishing 2. What do you think it is? It's a fishing simulator video game. So this is one of the other lakes that I've been playing on. I think it's like the third or fourth lake. It's not a it's not a huge lake. There's not a lot of big fish, but there are some fish here, and that's a good thing. And we just caught one for $1.94. This is the life of a retired Marine / electrician / Navy Reserve vet / loader for a food company / tow truck driver / SeaWorld cook employee / tons of other weird jobs in my life. And now I see that, well, the reality is it really doesn't work. And what I'm saying is that this whole work for hours for work, in my mind, it never really made a lot of sense. Like, you're going to trade your time. Like, your time is like worth $1. Maybe it's worth $10. And it's kind of like, well, you're a quality person, so we're going to give you $20. Well, you're not a very high quality person, so we're going to give you $6. And the weird thing about it is, I come from that generation of work hard, give it your all, and give to the man, and make him proud of you, and make your family proud. You can do it. Now, here's the problem with that mindset, is that a lot of us did go in, like, obviously, to go through the Marine Corps, you can't really be a simp, you know. You gotta bust your ass. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, that's 40 years ago, but I had to work my butt off to be in the Marines, you know. And then when I got out, it was like, okay, how do I navigate this civilian world? And I don't know if any of you heard of Wojak. Probably have. Anybody's on YouTube's heard of Wojak, where he's like, gets put in these weird situations with Boomer and another dude. And it's like he gets a job, or he gets like some money making opportunity, and then he gets rich, and then he loses it all. And then the other stuff like marriage and all kinds of weird stuff. But it's so true that you get blindsided so much in this life that you just get to the point, you know, at my age, I'm 60 years old. Worked so many different jobs, I'm just kind of like, it's like, boom, hit me over here. And you kind of get to a point where you're just like, it doesn't matter. And I kind of feel for the younger generation, because it's like they go into this world and they're like, I think they're smarter than we were, because they don't really they don't really see the point in giving your time away just to survive in this world. And then at the same time, you don't know if you're going to get fired. Somebody's going to freaking knife you in the middle of the night working some night job somewhere. You just don't know. You know? And when I grew up, things weren't nearly as, I mean, they were shady. There was a lot of shady stuff going on. And there were like the pedophiles and all that crap. I mean, as a kid, I was targeted from some dirty old fart, and I didn't understand what he was talking about, but as long as there's people in the world, people are going to try to do you wrong. Um, the world's always going to be screwed up, as far as the society goes. So this whole work till I drop mentality is not working for younger people, and I totally get it, because I went in the Marine Corps with the idea that, yeah, I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna make something in my life. This is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna be somebody, And that was what they sold you on, is, become somebody. But what they don't tell you is that they're gonna do with you what they want to do, Especially in the military. I mean, you don't see 40-year-olds going in the military. They don't want somebody who's not going to take a bunch of bullshit. They want somebody that's going to be young and impressible, and going to say, yes sir, no sir, yes sir, yes sir, I'll do whatever you want, and that kind of runs over into civilian life too, where it's like, okay, well, I'll do whatever you say, because, well, if you don't, then we're going to take away your little pennies, and then you might get fired, or we're going to write you up. And old Susie over here, she doesn't like you, so you better be, better watch what you say around her, and stuff like that. And, I mean, I'm no genius. I mean, I did make it through high school. I made it through some college. I made it through a 4-year electrical school. And for younger people, if you come from like poor background, I'm not even saying poor. If you come from a background where middle class, whatever, there ain't really no middle class anymore. But you come from a class, or working class. The military sometimes is your best bet. I mean, it's like, what's the alternative? You know what I mean? And the only thing I would say about the military is that it kept me out of trouble. I mean, because back in the 80s, I mean, we were doing some really crazy stuff. Rolling cars off of cliffs. Oh, so I talk about it now. It don't really bother me, but we were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Stealing gas, siphoning gas. But back then, you just get run off. Nowadays, they just shoot you. They're not even gonna mess with anything, with getting a fist fight or anything like that. They just shoot you. So, and then on top of that, you've got younger people wanting a future, but thinking, how am I going to get a future if I'm just selling my time away to work a job that has no purpose, that has no meaning? I'm just making somebody rich. I get it. Some people start at Walmart and work there for a long time, but not everybody has that attitude of ignorance is bliss. Okay, well, I'll just do whatever they tell me. It's beautiful. Every day is beautiful. And I love people. Not everybody's like that. So you can't really put everybody into one category. Say, well, and all they would do is tell you that you have an inability to adapt to whatever, the workforce, whatever. And I get it. I mean, I have a lot of friends now who worked their whole life and are basically eating tuna, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the only thing I would say at this point is I think a younger generation's got something in this whole attitude of, I don't want to waste my life making somebody else rich. I get it. But at the same time, you got to give people an opportunity to become something, So, it's tricky. So just a couple things that I was thinking about is that, you know, you never know. The world is not what it used to be when I was growing up. It's a much, and I can tell you from experience, it's a much colder, um, darker place. So you're lucky if you have a couple of friends that you really trust, and he'll help you out when you're having a rough time, because life ain't easy. I'm glad I made it through as far as I did. I mean, I've got some things that I've bought over the years, but at the same time, I realize in the end, it ain't gonna matter anyway. Can't take it with me. So experiences are probably or in my opinion, experiences, getting to know yourself is much more valuable than making a boatload of cash, because I've had tons of cash. I mean, I drove across country in a Camaro in my early 40s, drove cross country in a Camaro, convertible Camaro, and just was, I guess you'd call it, I was balling, you know. Just sold a house, made 50 grand. I was living large, but you know, stuff happens, and it's better to be safe than sorry, you know. Acting on impulse was one of the worst things that I ever did, was up and just, you know, boogie on because I thought things are going to be better somewhere else. You know, taking it one day at a time is the smartest thing you can do. Go walk. I mean, just walking, be surprised how many people you meet out there walking in a park. Doesn't mean that you have any particular direction to go. A lot of people like my age, they have nowhere else to go, so they walk the park. But, you know, it gets you good exercise. I walk about 5 to 6 miles a day now, which is pretty good for my old ass. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tricky out there, so I feel for people that are hurting really bad. I'm not living large myself, but I am living, so, and you are too, so. There is help out there. I don't know how good the help is, psychologists and stuff. You know, my suggestion would be like, stay active, move a lot. Even if you're just walking in the park, swinging your arms around, it's good for you. Don't overeat. That's another one. Definitely don't overeat. Don't look at don't look at food as a crutch. I mean, I got up, I started eating, and I realized, dude, you're just eating because you're bored. So then I started getting fat, and I started walking and putting the food on the back burner instead of just saying, well, I'm just going to freaking walk, you know. And it's helped me. I've lost probably 40 pounds in the last few years. Other than that, just keep it simple, man. Alright, so I caught a couple of fish here. Nothing major. I'm going to keep on fishing this lake after this video anyways. So I put a couple of things out there. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for watching my fishing videos. And thanks for supporting this small channel. Like and subscribe if you want. Thanks. Have a good one.